This is the installation guide for the Lockwood 8816 code handle. The tools required to complete the installation are listed in the instruction leaflet. Step 1. Prepare the door. Mark the latch centerline at the required height on the door edge. The recommended latch height from the floor is between 1040 and 1100 millimeters. Using the template provided, mark all required drilling points. Drill a 54mm hole in the marked position from both sides of the door to prevent splintering. Drill the 25mm latch hole horizontally to a minimum depth of 40mm. Clear the holes of sawdust and other loose material. Slide the latch into the hole and mark around the latch face plate. Chisel out the faceplate recess to the appropriate depth. Insert the latch with the angled face of the bolt towards the door jamb and fasten with the 2 screws provided. If you have a hardwood door, it may be necessary to firstly drill the screw holes. Once completed, make sure the holes are free of sawdust or other loose material. Step 2. Fit the batteries. Place the screwdriver tip supplied on the end of your screwdriver. Use this to remove the battery closure cap from the end of the handle with the push buttons on it. Insert the 2 batteries supplied into the handle, positive end first. Replace the battery closure cap on the end of the handle and firmly secure it using your screwdriver. Step 3. Register an administrator code. Prior to fitting the handle to the door, an administrator code must be entered into the code handle. Hold the handle with the push buttons on it with the spindle facing downwards. Press buttons 1 and 4 at the same time. The LED light will flash red rapidly. Release buttons 1 and 4. The LED light will then be steady green. Enter a 6-digit administrator code using buttons 1 to 4. The LED will flash green rapidly. The entered administrator code is now activated. Step 4. Fit the handles to the door. Place the latch in the latch recess prepared earlier. Turn the spindle so up is at the top. Make sure the code buttons are also facing up. Locate the spindle on the outside handle in the latch and push the handle rose firmly against the door face. Locate the inside handle in the spindle and push the rose firmly against the face of the door. Using the supplied screws, tighten the handles firmly. Test that both handles move downwards and return to the horizontal position. To prevent locking yourself out, do not close the door at this stage. Step 5. Set the user codes. You must create at least 1 user code to start using the code handle. Please test that the user code works correctly before closing the door. Test the user code with the door open. To create a user code, enter programming mode by pressing the lock button for 5 seconds, at which time the LED lights steady red. Enter the administrator's code within 5 seconds. The LED light will then be steady green. Select one of the 9 memory positions for the user codes by pressing push button 1 the same number of times as the memory position. Wait for 2 seconds until the LED lights steady green. Enter the 4 to 6-digit user code using push buttons 1 to 4. Wait until your code is acknowledged by 3 short beeps. Exit the programming mode by pressing the lock button. Additional user codes can be entered in other memory positions using the same method. Step 6. Test to lock and unlock. It is important that you test the unlock and lock functions of the code handle with the door open before closing the door for the first time to prevent being locked out. Unlock the handle by entering a correct user code. A correct code will cause the LED light to flash green rapidly. This will also be acknowledged by 3 short beeps if the sound is on. Lock the handle by pressing the lock button once. The LED light flashes red rapidly. Locking is also confirmed by a beep. You should also test that the door is unlocked by pushing the outside handle down to see if the latch retracts. Other programming functions. Inputting the incorrect code. If an incorrect code is entered 5 times consecutively, the code handle will be disabled for 3 minutes and cannot be opened. During this period, the LED light flashes red every 5 seconds. The disable can be overridden by entering a correct code twice. Programming additional user codes. Enter programming mode by pressing the lock button for 5 seconds until the LED lights steady red. Enter the administrator's code within 5 seconds. The LED lights steady green. Select one of the 9 memory positions by pressing push button 1 the same number of times as the memory position. Wait for 2 seconds until the LED lights steady green. Enter the new code, which can be comprised of 4, 5 or 6 digits. Remembering numbers can be used more than once. Wait until your new code is acknowledged by 3 short beeps. Other codes can be stored in the remaining memory positions by following the previous steps. To exit programming mode and confirm your new codes, press the lock button or wait until the green LED turns off. Remove existing user codes. Enter programming mode by pressing the lock button for 5 seconds until the LED lights steady red. Enter the administrator's code within 5 seconds. The LED lights steady green. Select one of the 9 memory positions by pressing push button 1 the same number of times as the memory position. Wait for 2 seconds until the LED lights steady green. Press the lock button to erase the selected position. The LED flashes red rapidly and the selected memory position is erased. To erase additional memory positions, repeat these steps. To exit programming mode, press the lock button or wait until the green LED turns off. Turning the audio on or off. Enter programming mode by pressing the lock button for 5 seconds until the LED lights steady red. Enter the administrator's code within 5 seconds. The LED lights steady green. Press push button 2 once to turn the audio signal on or off. To exit programming mode, press the lock button or wait until the green LED turns off. Switch to automatic locking. Enter programming mode by pressing the lock button for 5 seconds until the LED lights steady red. Enter the administrator's code within 5 seconds. The LED lights steady green. Press push button 3 once to change the mode to or from automatic locking. To exit programming mode, press the lock button or wait until the green LED turns off. Temporary unlocking. When the code handle is in automatic locking mode, it can be programmed for temporary unlocking. Enter a correct user code and wait until the LED stops flashing. Immediately press push buttons 1 and 4 at the same time. The door is now unlocked until next time the lock button is pressed or a user code is entered, after which the handle returns to automatic locking mode.